for about 45 minutes. Climbed up through this cloud. Yeah, it's quite awesome. Everything's soaking from being so low and down by the creek last night. Anyway, we've still got to keep climbing. Doc, what are you doing? Oh man, you shouldn't.
Can't budget.
Too many protein bars. It is 11:30. So I did 3 miles to catch up to these guys. I think we're coming up to about mile 10 for the morning, so it's not too bad. I think I left camp at 7:15, which is not bad for me. And we have been pretty much climbing all morning. It's been pretty brutal. It's been like walking through boulder fields. But we're heading down to a place called Mike's Place. I think people used to stay there, but I think the guy's a bit weird. So hopefully there's a water tank and we might stop and have some actual food, not just lollies and protein bars. Seen a lot of different faces this morning. Oh, are you Mike?
Yeah, I am.
Here we are, Mike's Place. Let's go and check it out. Are you coming up? Adam, where are we going?
Over there.
We've pretty much been climbing all day. We've just come out of Mike's Place, probably done 20 minutes. And Adam, the tour guide, said we weren't going to be walking in the heat of the day anymore, but
Here we are.
here we are. Here we are at the top of the climb. Oh man, we're still climbing though. Another moonscape. It's pretty unbelievable. It's like the Tongariro crossing, Sammy. This is unreal. As the sun goes down on another day on this fantastic PCT. It wasn't very eventful really. There's a lot of uphill and then a lot of downhill. Still covered over 16 miles. Dinner was peanut butter, of course, because I've got a kilo to get rid of, and they call a rice side, so it's a packet of rice. And I put some beef jerky in it. That was pretty good. Lunch was peanut butter, peanut butter, peanut butter, and peanut butter with a crumbled up cookie. The boys are in town. Got Big Greg and Benny in his wildlife enclosure down there. See him, just rolled into camp. Got stuck at Mike's Place shooting guns and stuff, but lived to survive the day. Alright everybody, see you on day 12 on the PCT. Good morning from the PCT. It is day 12 and just climbed out of the dirt. I'm last one to leave. I was trying to dry my tent out. Everything just gets absolutely soaked. We're currently at mile 132 plus a little bit, and I think we're going to do another 16 miles, which will set us up for a sub 6 into Paradise Valley Cafe, where I've got a box of food and my micro spikes to pick up, and that will be tomorrow. San Jacinto is looming up in front of us, and I'm sure it's going to be very exciting. Had a nice chat with my wife last night. Beautiful shazza, so that was very nice. Thank you for taking the time. Desert's alive with lots of colour. It is 10:23. Nice little side excursion down to Toolie Spring. Picked up the guys here. I think we're going to push to about 1:48. What did I just eat? I had some chili mango, which is unreal, and I had some habanero jerky, which I didn't really know what the word habanero meant. It's tad spicy, and it was good in my rice last night. I got a little chocolate bar to celebrate getting to the top of this hill. A little payday, as they call them. It is 11:30. It's like we've been walking through someone's rock and cactus gardens. Look at this lazy hiker sitting here having first lunch. A few more miles today, Benny.
2 more.
This is a trail coming out of Mary's place that I was at before. It's quite windy still. Bit of a fog floating in over there. We're only 40 miles from the ocean. Well, I'm with the young group and making a push for the Paradise Valley Cafe. I'm absolutely knackered. I feel like I haven't hardly had a break today. Yeah, I'll be pretty keen on getting in my tent tonight. I think after we go past San Jacinto, I think I might have to have a bit of a rethink about these miles that we're doing. But anyway, nearly there. I think we've got maybe a mile and a half to the road, and then we've got a mile walk to the cafe. It's about 5:45. We're at the Paradise Valley Cafe. Just a paddock that's in the back of this shop here. I'm just coming down to see if I can find a power point so I can get some charge into my power bank. Pretty awesome trail magic by one of the hikers' mums last night when we got down here after our big 18+ day. And then this morning we're going to have coffee, and apparently their hamburger's the best on the trail. So this is the Paradise Valley Cafe, and this is all the resupply boxes. And look at that one sitting right on top. It's like Christmas Day. Look at all these boxes. It's crazy. And if you don't find your box, you find a box. It is now 10:55 and we're getting ready to leave the Paradise Cafe. Amazing place. Hold your hiker boxes for nothing and fill your water before you go. Oh, and we had a good breakfast. Okay, here we are. Pretty tough day. This is where I'm camping for tonight, on the side of this little hill here. Hopefully it doesn't get too windy. The boys are back up probably about 100 meters. There's not too many spots up there. Crazy thing, getting all my resupply in Paradise Valley. Should have got my microspikes out and then put the box back in the pile and then gone into Idlewild and then got a hitch back to there because I'm carrying like 5 kilos of food that I forwarded on from San Diego. But it's really hard. It's hard to know when the next decent food supply is coming up. Same with the water. Like today I've pretty much just hiked with the water I left from the cafe, and yeah, so it's really hard to know how much to carry. And the guys were just saying in one of the, like a stagnant pond, and the water tasted like sunscreen and insect repellent. So hopefully tomorrow we will have knocked off San Jacinto and I'm alive, and we will be at the ranger campground and might even have a shower, which will be very exciting. It's a week since we had a shower, and highlights of the day: flush toilet and bacon and hash browns and eggs for breakfast. Tent's gone up, it hasn't blown away. Got a few boulders on me stakes. Probably the best tent upping I've done. Nice view, got a little bit of sun. It's 5:30. We've got about an hour 15 of sunlight. Oh, day 14. There was no wind when I went to bed. Man, it was crazy. I thought I was going to get blown away. But check this out. Those lights down there are Palm Springs, where all the northern people go to escape the winter. Crazy day today. I mean, Devil Slide or something. Hopefully we'll get through that with no issues. But just thought I'd show you that view. It's pretty special. Just had to do a 1 mile water carry down and then a mile back. Awesome spot down there amongst the cedars, Cedar Springs. But I will never take for granted turning on a tap again. Still heading towards the Devil's Slide. Man, we're having to earn every metre of elevation today. But just thought I'd show you this lake. Pushing up to the 169. Stuck it to Nurofen. Putting in the right lower part of my leg. It's pretty warm. The view's pretty unreal. It's really hard to do the steepness justice. Anyway, I'm going to tuck this back in the pocket and keep on trucking before I bloody fall over. Man, this is the toughest day by far. Far out, man. We're just having to earn every metre, eh? Fallen trees. Got a guy vomiting behind me. One of the young'uns. Look at this hobo. Big Adam from Oregon. 12:25. I don't think this is the top of San Jacinto, hey, but this has by far been the hardest day. Absolute killer. Thank God for those Nurofen. I got something going on with the bottom of my right leg. I think we have got one more danger zone to get through, but God, carrying all those bloody microspikes, mate. Anyway, could have been different. Probably a couple of days ago, there was probably snow on it. I don't really know where we are and whether we've gone through Devil's Slide. It's pretty cool up here. Look at these manzanita trees, just still lying down. Looking forward to a shower. Here we are at the Devil's Slide. This has got the heart racing, so what we said before about this being nothing, we weren't even close to it. And we're about to go across this, and this is where the young guy, Microsoft they called him, because he was about to start an internship at Microsoft, passed away last year. So rest in peace, God bless him. I hope that doesn't happen to any of us. Just came across another snow ice pack, and that's right, it's a tough day. Look at this, man, look at what we just climbed. Doc's having a quick bath in the snow.
Feels great on your feet. I got some sorry, tired dogs today.
Are you going to do a backslide?
No, I think I'm going to keep one foot on terra firma.
Man, that was a day of days. I cannot believe it. There's no escape, hey? This is, you've got to keep going. It is just brutal. Climbing under all those logs, the trail's just like laughing in our face. Got the microspikes out 3 times, I think. Alright. let's get our tent set up. God, it's good to be alive. 2 weeks, and we're straight back into it. Just gotta get across here. This is worse than yesterday. Yeah, and the result's not quite as bad, is it? It's beautiful, eh? Not for someone from the tropical North Queensland. What is it? April 6th. This one looks pretty safe, so I'll video it. Look at all this snow. Holy smoke. Got the spikes on, just had a little bit of a slip. I've been going for about a mile through this. This one looks like it's got a bit of a drop, so I'll catch you in a bit. So we are definitely descending now. So we just did 3 to 4 miles of snow, and I've had my micro spikes on pretty much all morning, doing a bit of post holing where you step into the snow and then it drops down. Shoes are pretty wet, legs are pretty sore, but this is really pretty. Dropping down through here, nice easy miles. And this is the part you've got to get your head around. So you leave the trail there, you drop down to town, which is 2.5 miles and probably about, it's like 4,000 feet. And then we have a day off, and then to start again, you got to climb back up here before your clock starts ticking. Look at this great place, girls. And this, Chloe, because Chloe wants to be an interior designer, this is what our breakfast's coming tomorrow. Plus with a donut. Yeah, and look at this painting. That's a painting of the outside of this. And look at the Van Gogh. Oh wow, it's like a little cookie box.
Isn't that cute?
One for all of us
I know,
and
isn't that funny?
Frank and Tony. Just about to get back on trail. Just Greg and I this morning. The other guys have taken off to summit San Jacinto. Got a little bit of a shin issue, so I've been icing it and I've taped it and I've cut the base out of a pizza box to change my gait, so give a bit more lift. This is the place we stayed at, Idlewild Bunkhouse. Nice little cottages. Funny you get these nerves like you're thinking you've forgotten something. Sent some stuff to Jimmy and Patty's. Got rid of me AeroPress coffee machine, and I got rid of me Patagonia top and Charlotte's tripod, and a little bit of food that I will use later on. That was probably about half a kilo, and then I've had to buy food, but I've changed my food. I'm gonna eat corn chips and hummus for the first couple of days, get some good fat. Seem to be losing a lot of weight. But anyway, we'll see how we go. It's all trial and error. It is Friday the 8th. Left bunkhouse and we're coming up the Deer Springs trailhead up to rejoin the PCT. There's a bit of snow around still. Pretty sure I'm going the right way. Greg was behind me. Not too far till we get to the junction. Pretty slow progress. Just trying to walk tippy toes just so I don't put too much weight on the ball of my foot. Still coming up the Deer Spring trailhead. It's so gorgeous. I'm just up in the snow line now, I think. About 8,000 feet. Still got my micro spikes. Squirrels around. This is awesome. Busted out the micro spikes. It's midday and going up through this. God, it's beautiful. These spikes just give you so much confidence. I'll probably fall over in a minute. This is our last water for 20 miles. Pretty awesome, eh? Took the micro spikes off, just put them back on. Just filled up with water. I think I've got about 4 litres to last me the next 20 miles. So I think now we're starting to drop in elevation. Going to drop to sub 1,000. Still got spikes on. There's meant to be a bit of a dodgy section around here. It hasn't had any sun yet, so we'll keep going. I think this is the last bad section. Probably the video doesn't show it, but it's a freaking big drop off. But at least there's trees there. Should be alright. Just put my spikes back on. See you on the other side. So here we are at mile 188. I got across that snow and there was heaps more. Starting to descend now. Massive windmill farm down there. I've got 2 miles till mile 190 where I'm going to stop, which will make it 15 miles tomorrow morning. Massive downs to the next water. Finally made it to camp. Done well over 15 miles, which I'm pretty stoked with, because initially I thought I was only going to do about 8 on my dodgy leg, but I think we were walking through so much snow that everything's just gone numb for now. Still up on the snow line. Yeah, it's pretty beautiful looking out through this snow, through these massive pine trees, out to the Mars landscape below. So tomorrow we've got about 15 miles before we come across water. That'll probably be it for me tomorrow. Once I get to the water, I'll probably camp there. I think that'll be far enough. Anyway, I'll see what it's like. Right, that was pretty tough. One of the guys slipped today, going through the snow, and he was just lucky there was a boulder that was positioned and stopped him from sliding down the face, so that was not very cool. Anyway, those guys ended up waiting for me to do all the crossings, so that was really nice. Time for some dinner and bed. Do it all again tomorrow. It's 7:15, leaving camp on day 18. Most of it's downhill. We have a massive drop in elevation, and I think we're walking through the desert. We head towards Cabazon, and then eventually at 2:50 we go to Big Bear Lake, and we just keep going across the desert. Yeah, I think there's some more sketchy snow at 2:20. This guy, Scott, was telling me last night, he was sitting there at lunch, and the guy he started hiking with 17 days ago just turned to him and said, "I'm done." And then they packed up lunch and he walked down that Deer Spring trail that we came down. That's sad news for that bloke. Good night's sleep. Shin feels not too bad. Loaded up on ibuprofen, and yeah, good. It is 9:05. This scenery is just amazing. It's spectacular still. Just walking by myself. It's pretty cool. I think I've only done like nearly 4 miles. It's been cruising. I was talking to some people from Belize. It was really interesting. Alright, I'm at mile 196.6. It is 5 minutes past 10. There's no such thing as just a nice stroll in the woods here, eh? Yesterday, I was worried about sliding off the face of a mountain. And today, this bush is all over the side of the trail. This is that bloody poodle dog bush. And I'm not sure if you just rub against it whether you're going to get a reaction. But the guys last night were saying that if you wash it off with a bit of soap straight away, it's alright. But it gets into your blood and then it just comes out on all your soft tissue. So in the woods, it's the bloody poison oak. Down here in the desert, it's just a nasty little poodle dog bush. You think you could give it a more aggressive dog name? Oh, 3.4 miles off my 200. Just going to stop here, have something to eat, load up on some more painkillers, and get on down. It's just all descending today. 15 miles from that son of a biatch up there. If this track was in New Zealand, it would have been 5 miles. So we would have just said, "You want to go down? We'll just go down here, eh?" Adam, who camped 3 miles behind me last night, asked me. But I was having a bit of a yarn with the people from Belize. Oh man, my feet are sore as. Pretty hot. I think in our terminology, it was about 28. But I made it. I'm bloody stoked. Right, filter this water, get guzzling. End of day 18. Camp down here at the bottom of the marathon of switchbacks, and they really did draw the switchbacks out. There's a few people here. I'm pretty much camping by myself. People sleeping down by the water spigot. Just had potato and pulled pork out of a sachet. Pretty good. I think tomorrow I'm going to push to this place called Whitewater Preserve, which is about another 14 miles. Before I do that, I've got to decide whether I've got enough food to get to Big Bear in 45 miles. I have to see if there's a serve up saying I can grab some more corn chips or something. I guess it's spring here, but the desert's certainly alive. Good morning from PCT. It is day 19. Protein bar for breakfast, no coffee. Was probably sleep. I'm still awake at 2. Wind was flattening my left-hand side tent pole, and I kept having to pop it back out, otherwise the tent was lying against my face. Got a short walk today, about 14 miles to Whitewater Preserve. Got to get across that road we've been watching for the last couple of days is the I-10. Big Bear's at 266. Just a little bit worried I haven't got quite enough food, but that's okay, it'll work out. Just want to get to that Whitewater Preserve, and there's meant to be showers there and toilets. Pretty exciting. probably 3 or 4 days to Big Bear. It's meant to be like 2 1-mile climbs just straight up. You've got to get back up to elevation. Then I was speaking to Johnny McCormick from NZ, and he said it's looking like it's going to be -8 tomorrow night, so that won't be much fun. Finally down on the valley floor, wind's blowing, it's not hot, I'm at mile 208, so I haven't got far to go, and that means I think I've less than 10 miles to go over here. Just finished slogging across that desert basin there, and hopefully there's some water here. Looks like something out of a mafia movie, doesn't it, where you come and sort someone out. So what's that sign say? Hogan and Lehman. Oh, there's Big Bad Benny. It is still day 19 and it is 12:42. Oh man, my first 7Ks were pretty easy going. Now, holy, this is a bit tough. Back in the desert, man. Hot slog. Day 20, early start, 4:45. Whitewater Preserve. This is an amazing place. It's like a kids/duck wading pool that I was able to get in and have a bit of a wash. Man, the wind was just unbelievable. I thought it was bad the night before, but it wasn't as bad, and if not worse. But this place is pretty awesome. It's meant to be like a trout or something. It's just so crazy. It's in the middle of this desert and there's all this water. And we're about to see lots of water today. Okay, mile 219. So day 20, day 19. Anyway, we've been walking beside a beautiful creek. Seems funny to have an abundance of water after it being such a stress, but a pretty good day. Got up early, got some good miles in, and then had a little break, videoed a fly, had some Snickers, chatted to Kath, washed my shirt, had a coffee and some porridge and some corn chips and a packet of tuna. I've been starving all day. I've just been crisscrossing, probably crossed the river about 10 times. Oh, different wildlife, butterflies, dragonflies, some beautiful purple flowers back there that were a bit of a change to smelling my own stinky armpits. And the other thing is weather's meant to be dropping to 48. It's probably what, about 9? Yesterday was just slogging through the heat after going under that I-10 underpass, and then when I got to that whitewater preservation, the ranger gave me a bag of ice for my shins, which was super nice. Then I was having a swim with some kids, and then had some dinner. Pretty full campground, it was pretty neat. And then took a sunset shot, and yeah, it was sleep. We'll try. Probably should be keeping an eye out for rattlesnakes, but this is sort of a trail. People have put stone cairns around the place. All right, I need to check my map. I'll check in later.